It's week 7 of the college football season, and we have arguably our best week of the entire 2024 season. This week is so fucking stacked. So many banger games, so many ranked matchups. Holy fuck, I can't wait to predict them all. But before I start, funny story. If you guys know, The Ringer, which is like a wedding website, actually said that Saturday, October 12th is one of the most popular days of getting married in the entire United States this year. And the question was asked, what's more important, weddings or college football? And let me make myself very clear. I would choose college football over a bitch any day of the week. Let's get straight to my predictions. South Carolina versus Alabama. We're going to kick it off with an absolute banger at 12 o'clock. South Carolina looked absolutely dog shit last week. They got fucking worked by Ole Miss. It was an embarrassment. It was horrible. I had South Carolina to cover the spread. You guys know I love Lenora Sellers. I like the South Carolina team a lot. They do good things. They really do. Alabama is also coming off a horrible L. You can argue Alabama's is a lot worse than South Carolina. After beating Georgia, they shit their pants and lose to Vanderbilt somehow, some way. Yeah, I can't tell if this Alabama team is national championship bound or fraudulent and not even going to make the playoff. I really can't tell. This is a 21-point spread. Alabama is massive favorites in this game. With that being said, you guys already know who I'm going with. South Carolina plus 21 all fucking day. I get it. Alabama's really good. And yes, if Alabama won last week, this spread would probably be like 28 or some crazy shit like that. I'm going with South Carolina. It's not that Alabama's not good. They are. But I just worry that their offense cannot produce enough to cover the spread. Right? I don't think South Carolina is going to have back-to-back horrible offensive performances. Last week, they had 3 points. It was a horrible offensive performance, and they couldn't do nothing. I'm not expecting this week to be the same. If South Carolina score 14 points, they should cover the spread. Right? Even if it's 35-14 final score. That's a lot. I have South Carolina to cover. However, Alabama will win this game. If they don't win this game, you can kiss the season goodbye. Alabama knows what's at stake here. They're going to come out to play. They're going to play hard. But South Carolina will ultimately cover the spread. Next game, Washington versus Iowa. In a fun little matchup we have here. It's not a pick'em. Iowa is favored by 3. However, I think that favored is more in the fact that they're at home. I've been battling with this game. Back and forth. It feels trappy. It feels like a trap game. Iowa being 3-point favorites at home seems a little bit too low. Against the Washington team, yes, they beat Michigan. Yes, at times they've looked good. I just am a little concerned about the overall play for both sides of the ball. I still, as I'm fucking talking, have no clue what I like in this game. In real life, I'm not betting this. No way. Unless the money just keeps pouring in on Iowa and the line does not move. If people keep betting on Iowa up until 12 o'clock on Saturday and the line stays at 3, bet Washington. With that being said, I'm going to take Washington here. It's a bit risky, yes, because I do understand how this Iowa run game is unbelievable. The defense is good. And Washington didn't look all that great in all their wins, which is a bit concerning. It's just this is a trap game. I'm too scared to take Iowa. I don't want to be a rat in this game. I want to be fucking sharp and shit. I'm going to go with Washington to cover the 3 and to win the game. However, I will not be betting this. It's a little bit risky for me. Too close of a spread. I'm not liking it. However, my official pick will be Washington plus 3, Washington to win. Next game, Penn State versus USC. If Jerry Sandusky was still on this Penn State team, I would have picked them. But no way. Look, this spread was at 5. It's at 3.5. I didn't read the injury report, so if Penn State has an injured player or something along those lines, then one of you guys, can you please comment it down below and let me know. Otherwise, I'm taking this as the spread dropped by 1.5 in favor of USC when all the money and all the bets were flowing in on Penn State. If there are no major injuries I'm missing, and I know I probably should have checked the injury report, but fuck it, I don't have enough time. If there are no major injuries, then this is a trap, a huge trap. The Vegas is feeding you Penn State. You guys know how much I love this year's Penn State team. They're really good. Offense can move the ball. Defense is the classic Penn State defense like we all know and love. I mean, the kids might not love it, but I'm going with USC here. I am. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm going with USC here. No other reason besides the fact that this is a trap spread. The spread is way too low. 3.5 points is not enough. Penn State is 5-0. USC already has 2 losses. If USC loses this game, that's their 3rd loss of the season. They're not officially eliminated, but in the Big Ten, it's going to be really difficult to bounce back from 3 losses already. Not to mention they probably have a bunch of fucking other hard games and shit. I like Penn State, but I'm going with USC. I am, again, assuming there's no injuries or nothing that Vegas knows that we don't know as of yet. I'm going with USC to cover the spread and to win the game. Nothing else to say other than it's a trap, it's a trap, it's a trap. Do not fall into this trap. USC is fighting for their lives here. They're fighting for their goddamn lives. And I don't see them giving up. Not only that, but Penn State has a monster travel, like monster travel. To go from Penn State, which is in Pennsylvania, obviously, to USC is long. It is far. It is tough. And these college kids are going to be weathered by the travel. I'm telling you, you have to take travel into account when evaluating these games. It makes a difference. USC plus 3.5, USC money line. I am betting this, and I am pretty confident in this. Let's see if it backfires on me or not. Next game. Texas versus Oklahoma. You guys know how much I love this Texas team. You guys know how much money I'm going to win if Texas win the fucking natty. Texas are undisputed number 1 right now. Undisputed. I don't give a fuck what you say about any other team. Texas is by far the best team in the entire college football world. Ohio State is nowhere near the level of Texas. Quinn Ewers is back. I'm happy about that. I know some people would argue that Arch is better. However, I don't think so. Ewers has a lot more experience. Don't forget, Ewers led them to the playoffs last year and played in a playoff game. In addition, Ewers has a lot more to play for. Arch is not going to the NFL anytime soon. Ewers is. This year is Ewers' year because he wants to assert himself as a top 5 pick. And if he plays well throughout this season for the Texas team, Texas Longhorns, then Ewers is going to go top 5. This is the easiest win for Texas of the season. This is the appetizer to the entree that's next week. And if you guys don't know what's next week, you better look it up because Texas has a massive game next week. And that's going to really tell us if they're frauds or not. This is not. Oklahoma is garbage. Oklahoma is garbage. They are nothing like you would expect them to be. This team overall is horrible, while Texas is the best team in the entire American country. I don't know what the fuck that even means, but you guys know what I'm saying. Texas is godly. They are not only going to win this game, they are going to win so big that they are going to be tired of winning. That's how big they're going to win. Texas minus 14, Texas money line. I don't have to sit here and explain to you why Texas is godly and why Oklahoma is absolute dog shit. I don't care if this is the Red River Boat rivalry, Red River rivalry. I don't know what the fuck this shit's called. But all I know is that Texas is gonna steamroll Oklahoma. It won't even be close. They are winning the natty. I know it. I've been saying it. And y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. It's going to be a blowout by the first quarter. Texas to win, Texas to cover. You know damn well I'm betting it, and you know damn well I'm riding it. Next game. This game is interesting. Very interesting. Arizona versus BYU. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this specifically because BYU are 3-point favorites at home. I get it. Arizona's coming off a massive win last week. But 3 points is insane. 3 points is insane. BYU should be favored by 6, if not 7. Why is the spread so low? Everybody and their mother is going to be betting on BYU in this case. And so am I. Fuck it. Me too. Me too. What else am I supposed to do in this position? BYU has a good defense. BYU has a decent run game. BYU has an overall great offense. Arizona, let me backtrack on that. BYU doesn't have an overall great offense. BYU has a decent offense before I get fucking ripped apart. Arizona is good. I had very high expectations for them at preseason, but they have just not lived up to it. Yes, they're coming off a great win, but that's not enough. BYU is legit this year. They are legit. There is a reason they are 5-0, and they are going to show the world why they are 5-0. I don't think Vegas knows what's going to happen in this game. I think Vegas is mispricing this line, not on purpose, but genuinely because they don't know how good BYU is. I am taking BYU -3, BYU money line, home game. Arizona is too small. They're too weak. BYU plays tough, physical ball, and I like it when they play physical. Give me BYU -3 money line. Next game. Florida versus Tennessee. This one's going to be simple. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be fast about it. Florida's dog shit. Florida is so fucking bad. This year, it's unbelievable how bad Florida is. While Tennessee, yes, they're coming off a loss to Arkansas in which their offense literally forgot that they had to play offense and they were, playing golf or whatever. I think this is going to be a bounce back spot for Tennessee. They are not going to let Florida come to their house and bully them. Essentially, Tennessee is going to run away with this game. Absolutely run away with this game. I have Tennessee to not only win, but to cover the spread. They're going to cover. They're going to dominate. It's not even going to be close. I usually hate taking big favorites. I really do. If you guys know my tendencies, I'm more of like a underdog type of bettor. However, in this case, even this whole week, I don't see how Florida is going to keep up with the Tennessee offense. Just because Tennessee had one bad offensive performance doesn't mean they've completely fallen apart. Nico is still him. The overall team is still really good. And even last week, the defense played very well. It's not like the defense was fraud checked. The defense played very, very well. And let's put it this way. Florida's quarterback is not Arkansas's quarterback. Florida's offense is not Arkansas's offense. Tennessee is going to win, and they're going to cover. Ole Miss versus LSU. Whew. What a game. What a game. Number 9 versus number 13. Oof. Oh my God. In Louisiana as well. I am not too sure where to go with this one. I will start it off by saying I probably will not be betting on this game and will most likely than not just watch it from a distance and enjoy it, right? Sometimes you gotta enjoy the game. You don't need to bet on every single one. With that being said, my official pick is going to be Ole Miss to win, Ole Miss to cover. LSU at home is dangerous, yes. However, I believe that LSU's offense is not great. I don't think that it will be able to keep up from an offensive perspective with Ole Miss simply because the offensive performances I have seen from LSU don't show me that they have a competent offense to go up against a good SEC defense. Ole Miss has a good SEC defense. If you don't know that, go watch last week's game because they bullied the fuck out of South Carolina in their house. I don't think this game is going to be a layup. And quite frankly, if you are betting on this game, my suggestion would be bet it live. Wait to get it live. I think both teams, no matter what the outcome is, you'll be able to get it live at a good spot at a good price. I I wish I could bet this game. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to say I wish I could. I may bet this game. That will be my official analysis. Ole Miss is going to win. Ole Miss is going to cover. Jackson Dart is a good quarterback. Lane Kiffin is a great coach. I don't care what anybody says. Lane Kiffin is a great coach. I love Lane Kiffin personally. LSU is not great. They have a shit coach. Brian Kelly is a shit coach. You guys already know I hate Brian Kelly. And just overall, the LSU offense is nothing to brag about. Nothing. And LSU defense is not that good either. Ole Miss -3.5. Ole Miss money line. That's my official pick. To end it all off, the game of the week in which can put up an argument for game of the year. Obviously, game of the year is Alabama, Georgia right now, but this game may compete with it. A Big Ten heavyweight battle, Ohio State versus Oregon. Whew. What a game. What a week. What a week of college football. This is what we fucking live for. Am I right? I'm going Oregon here. Ohio State are frauds. Crying Ryan is going to be crying all the way on that plane ride back to Ohio. I don't think Ohio State is as good as advertised. Do they have a great run game? Yes. Can they move the ball well? Yes. Is their defense probably one of, if not the best in the entire country? Yes. I just think they're not as good as people think. I don't see where the hype is. I just sat here and told you all the positives of Ohio State, and yet I don't see why they are so overrated by the public. Oregon has looked dog shit at many points in this week. I mean, at many points in this year. Even last week, when they beat Michigan State, they looked bad. Dylan Gabriel threw bad interceptions. He didn't move the ball well. And if Michigan State is giving you problems, then boy, oh boy, that Ohio State defense is going to be carving you up. Yet, I don't think that's going to happen. I believe that Oregon will play to its potential this week. Ohio State isn't a fraud check because you can't get fraud checked when you're losing to Oregon because, obviously Oregon's one of the best teams in the entire fucking country. However, I'm not buying the Ohio State hype. Public is going to be all over Ohio State. They're currently 3-point favorites. I can't bet Ohio State. I won't bet Ohio State. I got Oregon Ducks +3 and the money line. If you think Ohio State is just going to walk into Oregon and beat their ass on the road, fuck no. Fuck no. Oregon is not going to lose. They are going to cover. They are going to win. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what the public is going to say and what they're all going to be like, oh, wow, Ohio State's so good. Ohio State's so good. Suck it, Ohio State's dick. Sucking Ohio State's dick. Oh, please. Ohio State's overrated as fuck. I'm even tired of talking about how overrated they are. Give me Oregon Ducks +3 and money line. Those are my official predictions for Week 7 of the college football season. If you're going to a wedding this week, I pray for you. I personally would skip it. Stay tuned for NFL predictions coming soon and all the other videos coming real soon.